there was collusion, either tacit or explicit, between Congress and the White House and now the Justice Department to make sure I couldn't have a claim to executive privilege, not by talking to President Trump about it, but by saying I didn't have it because Biden had stripped me of it.
Yeah.
There's no case law for that. That is nonsense. I get that in front of the Supreme Court. It's a slam dunk win, and it should be. It needs to be precedent setting. The Supreme Court cannot duck this. They should not duck this.
I paraphrased it as a Banana Republic type fiasco going on, Peter.
Worse.
I would say, probably worse. Peter Navarro, always good having you on, regular guest,
Eric,
and we will
friend.
talk to you again very soon. Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, now let's bring in former Trump campaign advisor Roger Stone. Roger, you heard that, and it must harken back to a couple of years ago when you got a knock on the door, and tell our audience exactly how that went down. And I think it's important to point out that CNN had cameras rolling, waiting for this to happen. Tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I have great sympathy for Peter Navarro. Looks like they gave him the full Roger Stone treatment. I would also point out to you before I begin that when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested by 2 FBI agents in a shopping mall, they covered the handcuffs with a coat so that he wouldn't be embarrassed. With that background, you're absolutely right. At 6:06 in the morning, I was arrested by 29 heavily armed SWAT-clad FBI agents brandishing fully automatic M4 assault weapons. They arrived in 17 armored vehicles. There was a helicopter overhead, a government helicopter, 2 amphibious units pulled up to the dock behind my house. Frogmen holding the same weapons were standing on the deck. For the first time, nonviolent crime of lying to Congress. And of course, on November 3rd, 2020, Robert Mueller was forced by law to disgorge the last remaining long hidden sections of his report that proves that my entire trial was a fabrication. No misstatement I made to Congress hid any Russian collusion. You can't lie about something that didn't really happen, can you, Eric? So the point is that at 6:11, a correspondent from CNN, Sarah Murray, sends a text message of my sealed indictment to my attorney, Grant Smith. And this document has no timestamps or court markings, but if you go to the metadata tags, it does have the initials of the author, Andrew Weissman, the de facto head of the Mueller investigation. There you have absolute proof that the Mueller's henchmen leaked to CNN in advance a sealed court document that revealed my coming arrest. There it is right there. Now, CNN got an award for their amazing investigative journalism, but there right there is legal proof of an illegal leak. The leak of the plans by the government to execute a search or arrest warrant is specifically a felony.
Interesting. I look at Peter Navarro. He's 72, Harvard PhD, not a flight risk. I look at you, Roger, not a flight risk, and yet they bring guns ablazing to make. It's all theater. It's all show. They just want to make a point. Now, is it your closeness to Donald Trump that you think created all this animosity between the FBI and you and Navarro?
I think the real problem is that once a fact becomes widely accepted on the Twitter feed, in Twitter world, such as Donald Trump colluded with the Russians, Roger Stone was an intermediary with WikiLeaks, which is categorically not true and was certainly not proved at my trial. The government seizes on this narrative and seeks to prosecute it, despite an absence of any evidence. When they couldn't find any evidence of Russian collusion or WikiLeaks collaboration or the involvement in the phishing and publication of John Podesta's emails, which I was also falsely accused of, then they make up process crimes against you, in this case, lying to Congress. But as I just indicated, you can't lie to cover up Russian collusion that never really happened. So I think the secondary purpose became to pressure me once they learned that they had no Russian collusion to prosecute or to use to remove Donald Trump. They wanted me to lie about it. They basically offered me no jail time or leniency in sentencing if I would testify against the president.
It is scary, Roger. It is scary how much control and how much force that they're willing to use. Yeah. I got to leave it right there. Roger Stone, thank you. And we will check back in with you again soon. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Eric. God bless you.
And you too.